Good afternoon, math fans. Welcome to Test 12, Lesson 6. Grab your swords and let's go. Today we're going to review different types of graphs and prime factoring. So we'll start with a reminder about different types of graphs. There are lots of types of graphs, but the most common ones you're going to see are line graphs, bar graphs, histograms, and Venn diagrams. So a line graph occurs when you have every graph has, well, not every graph, but this type of graph will always have a y-axis and an x-axis, and then a line graph would look like that. So we usually use it when we're plotting points over time and we're trying to show things going up and down. Bar graph, of course, would look more like this, with bars indicating the various things. Histograms are like bar graphs, except we have the bars touching at all times because we are showing a range of data. Oftentimes, so down here, instead of just having like blue under the bar, you would have 1901 to 1910 or something. And Venn diagrams are circles. So these guys don't overlap properly, but you should see a line here as well. Let's draw it in for you. It's not very good, but that's okay. And so you would have information in this circle, information in this circle, and the information here would go in both circles. So if I was saying kids who like pizza and kids who like root beer, if you only liked pizza, you would go here. If you only liked root beer, you would go here. If you liked both, you would go here. So just to zoom in on histograms for a minute, here we have a histogram of Nancy's postcard collection. Nancy collects postcards that her family has sent over the years, and she has them from many different times. So we have here the ones that she has that were sent 1900 to 1920, 1921 to 1940, 1941 to 1960, 1961 to 1980, and 1981 to 2000. A couple of terms that we use when we talk about graphs, especially histograms. This data is asymmetrical. Symmetrical means the same on both sides. So if I were to draw a line of symmetry, if this was symmetrical, then it should be the same on both sides of my line, which is blue, just like the graph, which is not very helpful. There we go, that's better. Obviously it's not. This side is much higher than this side, so this is asymmetrical data. The data is clustered around the 40s. That means that most of the cards she has are sometime around 1940. Okay, so the data is clustered, just means gathered around the 40s. And the data peaked between 1941 and 1960. Peaked means got to its highest point. So we talk sometimes about a mountain peak. This is the peak of the mountain. So the peak of the graph is when it's at its highest. So those are just some terms we use talking about graphs. We talk about symmetry, clusters, and peaking. Here's an example of a Venn diagram. It's kind of a cute one. It's got circles, diagrams, and when circles and diagrams meet each other, you get Venn diagrams. So here's an example of a Venn diagram. In this circle are things this person does. In this circle are things they would like to do. And in this circle is things they are supposed to be doing. So things that they do and also like to do are fun. Things that they would like to do and should do, they have no time for. Things that they do and should do, but they don't like to do them, are paying the bills. And things that they would like to do, should do, and do are bingo, apparently. So that's just kind of a funny, we call it a tongue-in-cheek version of a Venn diagram. But it's a good example of how they work. And for factoring, I have a maths mansion for you, so I'm going to get you to pause on this slide to do the review. So number 1 says, which sentence describes this histogram showing times that kids get up? Either A, it's clustered around 8 o'clock, B, it is symmetrical, or C, it peaks at 9 o'clock. And if you can't remember what those mean, rewind the video and it goes through it again. This is a short video. Number 2 says, in this Venn diagram, so this one up here, how many kids chose red and how many kids chose all 3? So this diagram shows Candy's kids chose. These are the kids who chose yellow. These are the kids who chose red. These are the kids who chose blue. Pause the video here, do the review, and when you come back, I'll send you over to Maths Mansion. And now that you're done the review, I'll just send you over to watch a review on factors from Maths Mansion. It's fun, it's short, please watch it. www.tinyurl.com/mathsmansionfactors. So that's tinyurl.com/maths Mansion factors. Remember, no spaces. Have a good night. Enjoy Maths Mansion. Pay attention, it's Maths Mansion, and I will see you tomorrow.